So, yeah, I'm back again. Uh, Mainly because I have so much to say. So, um, I guess I want to talk about um, black news. I like I like watching black news and Sonetta TV, and especially like Ali Muhammad, Brother Polite, and Pharaoh Allah, or Young Pharaoh. Um, I think one issue that I have um, with the way that some things are presented by some of these, especially I think Brother Polite, is that it seems like there is an approach that you know that the Creator does not exist outside of the Bible, and I think that misinterpretation needs to be understood, that that the Creator exists whether or not the Bible exists. I know this because I did a lot of reading and studying and meditating, and and just watching people in life, and things, buildings, nature, and how things work. And I came to a lot of deep conclusions. And then after that, I read the Bible, and a lot of the conclusions that I came to were confirmed for me. So I guess, I don't know, I guess when I read the Bible, I wasn't looking at it like, this is God's word. I understood that man wrote the book, and and wrote it from a place of enlightenment, from a place probably where I was, a place of watching nature and watching life and watching how things work, and then coming to conclusions, from God speaking, and then people wrote about their experiences. So I'm not taking the Bible as being fact. I take it as it being written by people just like me, who just like Buddha or Siddhartha or whatever, how he sat under a tree supposedly for 40 years, and and that was how he gained enlightenment. And I could definitely see that happening, because God is there regardless, always. God is always there. You can see it in everything. I mean, there's no way that it can be denied, the beauty of nature and how things work, how things just work together, and how our bodies are so intricately designed and so perfect, and everything is so perfect, and even like like when you ride down the street or whatever, it's not like chaos, it's beautiful. It's not like, it's order. It's not like everybody's crashing, and shit is just ugly and falling over, and it's beautiful. It's it's perfect, and and that exists outside of any holy book, or and I think that fact needs to be understood, because you a lot of people waste time inside of religion, and religion was created by man, so why would you even submit yourself to that? Why would you even take that as being the all in all, everything? No, I mean, why can't why can't it just be that God is God, and God is to be looked at as being the creator of life, not, not on all these details that, if man had anything to do with it, I'm not taking that as being the truth, The truth is the stuff that was here, that man didn't have anything to do with, grass and trees and the sky and, animals, and that's what I'm studying, that's what I'm looking at. And then the abilities that, that the Most High gave to all of us, how far along we've come, the ability to, build things, to build, buildings and infrastructure and, electrical devices, computers, that I look at those things as being something that was given to man by God, But I mean, it's like people like, oh, the Bible is wrong or whatever, and and then they say they don't believe in God. Like, I mean, who said that God was synonymous with the Bible? Like, how could that be? The Bible is material. It's words, Um, you know, the Creator is much, 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 much more than, a book. I think that needs to be understood. And then, once that is understood, then we can stop wasting our time debating with people, or, arguing with people about religious matters. And, we're too good for that. Like, why do we need to waste all our time talking to somebody about a book, or about, whether or not it's true? Or, let's talk about what we know is true, and that is, that we were put here, we're put here. That's pretty much all we know, we have history, we know, certain things have taken place throughout history, and we know that, that we have a job to do, and I think more than anything, that's what's important. We do need to know our history, because, you have to know where you came from in order to know where you're going. So we definitely need to know our history, but once we know our history, and we're up to date on that, we need to be using that to do something to make life better for us. Talking is good, but if we don't act, who will? That whole individual trying to get money thing, it's so weird. Like, if you truly believe in the Creator, if you truly study the Creator outside of a book, you will see that, statistically, everything works out for the good. Like, you can tell that the Creator intends good for people. You can tell, like, usually from my perspective, things work. If you acknowledge the Creator, and you continue to give praise and acknowledgement that you didn't put yourself here, that that you didn't make this happen, your parents didn't make this happen. They're a product of it too. That's reality. That's, you acknowledge that, and things just tend to work out from what I see and what I've experienced. You might think everything is going wrong, and you might think that, that it's, it's the end. But then you wake up in the morning and it's a new day, and that's beautiful. That's the Creator. We need that. We need that nightfall and then that sunrise again. We need that. That to me, that lets me know that, however we got here, it was for good purposes. We was put here to do good. We were put here to be beautiful and smart and unified. And we we got a long way to go. We are still enslaved, and all we, I mean, every time we even open our mouth to talk about people of a different background, we give them power through our words, our energy. We actually giving them power. You know, semantics, everything, it means something. I mean, I look at, newspapers, and even inside of um, the Nation of Islam newspaper, the final call, like one day I saw the headline was like, African children are starving. That's semantics. We can't talk like that. We can't say African children are starving. We have to say, we have to put it another way that calls for positivity to follow. I mean, if you say African children are starving, then they will be, because you spoke it. You got to speak. You have to speak good, and you have to speak you have to speak it the way that you want it to be. Do you want African children to be starving? Well, then you can't say that they are. You have to say something different, and we must stop worrying and thinking about people from other backgrounds, like giving them power, even all that energy, cursing them out, and that giving away. We're giving away our power. We can't do that. We have it just like anybody else is born with it. We're born with it too. It's no different. It just changes when we grow up and learn how to give it away through our words. We have to learn to speak speak in the way that we want things to be, as opposed to just following the trends, and always saying negative things about African people. That has to stop. I even go into, the conscious community chat rooms, and what do I see on these live streams? And I see African men calling African women all kinds of negative things. Okay, if you say that, then that's how it will be. We have to change the way we speak. You can't go. The conscious community can't go into the chat room talking about how black women are hoes and sluts and stupid and ignorant. I mean, what? If you say that, you may just have the power to make it so. Potentially. I mean, we're all the same. We're all put here by the Most High. Now what you do after you get here, the stuff that you let get inside of your head, the TV that you watch, that that makes you think that Africans might be something other than wonderful and great. We have to think of ourselves as being great. We can't listen to the lies, and we have to speak it in that way. And we can't talk about people of other races anymore. We have to talk about ourselves and what we plan to do about ourselves. Who care about them? It just don't seem like a smart thing to do, to just keep talking about other people like it. That doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything to keep talking about white people or whatever. Just think about ourselves and our families and what we need to do. I mean, if you trust God, if you believe in God, then you know that you shouldn't have any fear. I mean, even if, it came down to where, you had to give up your current body. You still, even then, the spirit lives forever. You still gonna be in the hands of the Creator, who is good. So, fear needs to be out the window. None of that. And we gotta unify, like, through action. We gotta actually do something to unify, you know? And then we gotta build because, I mean, there's a lot of work to be done and not enough people acting, you know? I mean, people, you know, half of, everybody's enslaved. Lots of people are in prison, enslaved, and that can't be. I mean, we are acting like we are those 3/4 of the people, not standing up for ourselves. Like that, that insinuates that we're less than human. How could we not stand up for ourselves? And I know we've been through a lot, and I know we lost a lot of people, and it's been some crazy stuff, but we need to understand that there ain't no fear, you know, no fear. If you can't fear, you can't be in fear and saying that you believe, you gotta, I mean, whatever happens, you're gonna be in the hands of the Most High, you know, that, I mean, and from what I see, God is good, God always works it out the way that it is intended to work out through you, So that's my message to conscious community for right now. Yeah.